Hello, this is part 2 of the Lincoln Interactive Sneak Peek. This covers 3rd and 4th grade, but today we're into the 4th grade part of the website. So first I wanted to show you the 4th grade supplies. As I mentioned before, this is a hybrid curriculum, so the students do part of their work online and part of their work in the books. So at the start of the year, they receive a whole bunch of resources for their work for the year. So here is language arts. There's part 1, which is semester 1, and part 2, which is semester 2. There's those, and then there's the supply list that comes with the language arts stuff. Following that is math, part 1 and part 2. And again, there are the math supplies that go with those. Then there's science part 1 and part 2 along with the supplies. I showed you a bunch of those supplies already. There are lots of experiments that the students get to do. And then finally there's social studies part 1 and part 2 followed by the supplies. Lincoln Interactive can be ordered as an inclusive curriculum, which covers all 4 subjects, or you can order it subject by subject. So you might choose 2 subjects from Lincoln Interactive and 2 from another choice curriculum that we offer. Next, I want to show you the login screen. So once the student logs in, they will see this page. We will look at the academic snapshot, and we can see that this student is taking language arts, math, science, and social studies. Each day they would log in, they can choose which subject they want to start with, click on that subject, and go from there. I have opened up science. I wanted to show you that. Before we look at the actual video, I wanted to show you what is here on the left-hand side of the screen. You have your course resources. Those are mostly for the adults. And if you pop that open, we'll see 4th grade course resources. There's welcome information, and then there's an overview of each of the different subjects. And if you clicked open that, you can see the curriculum overview, and you can see the assessments. So there's an assessment list that will give you an overview of that, and then down here is a folder that parents often enjoy having, which is the replacement Scan It pages. Again, those Scan Its are what you send in monthly to us. So if you happen to lose one, spill something on one, or have the dog eat one, then you can go there for printing a replacement Scan It page. So we'll close that up, and next is the guide resources for Lincoln Interactive. All the guide resources are online, so you could explore those. And then down here are the actual lessons that the students do. So each lesson coincides with roughly 1 day of work. And here I had opened lesson 5. This student was learning about photosynthesis. So we will take a look at that. This is the introduction.
Just in time, I'm Dr. Forrester. Are you ready for an adventure? Plants have the unique privilege of being producers. That means that they can make their own food. All other living organisms depend on plants for energy. Humans, for example, depend on the energy in plants in order to survive. We either get our
skip
energy
forward a
from
little bit.
Inside the chloroplasts, the sun's energy is combined with hydrogen from water and carbon from carbon dioxide. This produces a chemical called adenosine triphosphate, ATP. In the dark reaction, this ATP is used to make glucose. The plant uses this energy to grow and do other things it needs to survive. Plants are smart. They generally store a little extra food. Inside of the stem of a plant are 2 types of tubes. They are known as xylem and the phloem. Think of them as elevators in a building. The xylem is responsible for taking water and minerals from the roots up to the rest of the plant. The phloem takes the sugars that are produced as a result of photosynthesis down to the rest of the plant.
So that gives you an overview. Most videos are around 5 minutes long. And once the student watches the video, then they would move on to the book work that is associated with that. I wanted to show you, if you did not want to see all these things here popped out, there's a teeny tiny little triangle there that can be clicked on, and that closes that up, and you can open it up as well. So there's some flexibility. Again, the green check mark here means that the student has already done that task, so it makes it easier to follow along with where the student is. So a final overview, the Lincoln Interactive Curriculum is very hands-on. Because it's so hands-on, there's a high degree of parental involvement that is required for a student to be successful in this curriculum. Again, it moves quite quickly through a broad range of topics, and therefore if a student wants more time in something or takes a little bit longer to learn something, they might struggle with this curriculum. The Scan It work for each subject is submitted monthly to a Baker Webb Academy teacher for review, and that's pretty much how this curriculum works. If you would like more information on it, you can call me, Jody Coleman, at 541-519-7373. You can also talk with Star Williams, who is our curriculum overview person for elementary. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.